What is up, everybody? Shauna D Man here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great weekend so far. We are here to do a quick little review for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which dropped on Wednesday, or maybe depending on where you live. Some of them still had midnight premieres. I did not know that. I went and saw it last night. Like I said, it's just going to be a quick little review talking about it. So, um, my overall thoughts of the movie. There's been a lot of back and forth online when it comes to this movie. Obviously, some people like it, some people don't like it. I think Rotten Tomatoes, I don't really pay attention to them. I think their critic score is much lower. I think last I saw it was like 43% or something like that compared to the audience score, which is above like 95%. Like generally a lot of people are liking the movie. Now this movie is what is the best way to describe this movie? This movie is definitely geared towards kids and fans of Nintendo and Mario and so on and so forth. So a lot of people are gonna be big fans of that. But I feel like this movie is just designed to get kids wanting their parents to buy Nintendo stuff, basically, um, which is not a bad thing in most cases. Um, like I'm not too deep in the Mario lore and all that stuff. I've played some Mario games, not a whole lot, so I don't really have a dog in this fight for it when it comes to something like this. But generally speaking, I thought the movie was pretty fun. I liked a lot of the stuff in it. A lot of stuff I probably didn't really like. Really, the movie was very fast paced. It definitely felt it. I feel like this movie feels like if you know Mario lore, if you're a big fan of Nintendo, a lot of this stuff you already know. There's not really a reason to lore build anymore because you should know a lot of this stuff, at least for people who've played the Mario games and stuff like that. So the movie was very fast paced. It was like moving from scene to scene to scene. Like there were some moments where you could probably say the scenes breathed a little bit, but for the most part, we were just moving from location to location to location to location relatively quickly. Um, I will say this movie, this movie felt more like a Princess Peach movie than an actual Mario movie. This feels like a Princess Peach movie with a Mario title attached to it because the main focus of the movie revolves around Princess Rosalina and Princess Peach. And then you just have Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Bowser, and Bowser Jr. just added into the film. That's what it really felt like when I was watching, and it's a little disappointing in that fact because I thought the first movie did a much better job, for the most part, at making it a Mario movie. Was Mario and Luigi. This one didn't really feel like it. This one felt just more along the lines that it was just a Princess Peach story, and Mario and everybody else was just along with the ride or along for the ride. I thought Brie Larson um, what did a pretty good job as Princess Rosalina. She had been on this I don't want to say redemption tour or something like that, but like she's changed a good bit compared to what she was in her early Marvel days playing Captain Marvel, making some comments and stuff that was pretty much unnecessary. But I thought she did really, really good. I'm fine with it. I thought she sounded really great. Kind of wish we had a little bit more of her. Um, this movie was about I think an hour and 30. I wish we had a little bit more of Princess of Rosalina. Didn't feel like we had enough of her. We got her in the beginning of the movie, and then she's just sprinkled in here and there. Just I think we could have just had a little bit more of her. Yoshi. I really like Yoshi the movie. Like it was very funny. Like I enjoyed it just watching him, hatch out of his egg, and then he's walking through what is the real world in the Mario movie, and you just see him just going through all this stuff. He's getting all these different items, and I think Donkey Kong's there too. I don't know what he was doing, but he um he bonded with Mario and Luigi relatively quick, which is fine. Not really a big deal. I played Yoshi's Island for the N60 for the Nintendo 64 as a kid, um, and so what else was it? I think Bowser Jr. was fine. It was fine. The voice, I think the voice grew on me as the movie went on, so I was completely fine with that. Jack Black, I'm actually kind of glad that they returned him to being evil in the movie. I thought that was a good plot. I was worried they were just going to make it to where you know him and Bowser Jr. They just stop being evil and all that kind of stuff. Not stop trying to take princesses, stop trying to take over the universe and that kind of stuff. But it was pretty cool to see that they went the route of you know him being around Bowser Jr., being Planet Bowser, and him just reverting back to his old self. I loved a lot of the stuff that harkens back to some of the games. You fighting Bowser on the bridge, I thought that was pretty cool. Um, so and then animation wise, this is I mean it's just as good as the first one. I couldn't tell a difference at all. Um, Star Fox, Glenn Powell. I liked him. I like Glenn Powell as Star Fox. Now whether they reached out to him or he reached out to them for about the role in the movie, I don't really care as much. But yeah, I thought he did a pretty good job at it, and I think I've seen people talk about how some of their kids have really liked Star Fox. I don't think his games really sold that well throughout the years. That could change. I mean, they could make another Star Fox game potentially if Glenn Powell wanted to voice the character in the game. I think that would be relatively good. Um, I don't know if it's good enough for him to have a standalone movie, but I wouldn't be mad about a standalone movie. They gave you a quick little backstory about him in the movie and why he's where he's at. So I thought he was pretty good there. Um, it does feel like if they decide to go that route of them doing like a Super Smash Brothers type of movie, I could see that because you already have pretty much a lot of your characters here. You got Bowser, Peach, um, Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Toad, Star Fox. You're just missing out on what, like, there's a few other characters like Kirby, Sonic potentially. So there is an opportunity for them to do that if they decide to go that route. And then at the end, there was a post credit scene. I believe there was teasing Daisy. Um, so obviously we're gonna get a third one. And from a box office standpoint, this movie is already doing impressive numbers. I think that first day, which was Wednesday, the first box office numbers that were reported in, the movie made over $68 million just that first day. And then I think yesterday on Friday, it went over the $100 million domestically. I think domestic box office numbers, at least up to this point. So there is a good chance that this movie could make $1 billion. I think the first Mario movie made $1 billion as well. So there is a good chance that this one it could be back to back $1 billion movies for me. And obviously they're going to make they're going to definitely going to make a third one. Now we'll see what they do um, what's Super Smash Brothers movies. They decided to go that route, and Charlie Day mentioned, which I actually would like to see, other than his weird comment about that Luigi Mangione guy, is he wants to do a Luigi's Mansion type of movie, which that was a little bit in the first movie for the somewhat. But yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind that. Um, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I like Charlie Day as Luigi. But there's still a bunch of characters that you got um, hey, what is this? I can't remember his name. It's Wario and there's a few others. I can't think of their names for some reason, but yeah, trying to think what else about the movie. I mean, but other than that, that's basically it. It was a very fast paced movie. Um, if you're a fan of Nintendo and Mario, you're gonna like it. Now, there's not. I guess you could say there's not much of a plot for the most part. It's just Peach wanted to rescue Rosalie, and then we get the backstory that they're sisters, which people probably already assumed, but you already had those type of freaks out there that were trying to ship them and everything, and it's just shippers ruin a lot of stuff. So the Super Mario Galaxy movie, I would definitely say was a pretty fun movie. I like most of it. It just felt like a Princess Peach type of movie instead of a Mario movie. Um, but I think overall, this movie's going to do well. It is definitely going to make his money back and more, and we'll definitely get a third one. So we'll just see how things shape out once um, the movie is run through the theaters for the next several weeks. So yeah, but guys, that is relatively it. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment below. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one.